Thank you to our friends at Ickley for the opportunity to take part in Daring Cities as we enter the final straight on our road to COP26. Success at COP26 can't be measured solely by nation-states pledging or introducing fresh policies. It must also be gauged by the practical solutions we know the climate emergency demands. Cities have to be involved in shaping those solutions, including discussions on stimulating the finance that invests in the low-carbon transition. In Glasgow, through our Green Print for Investment, a prospectus spanning £30 billion of investment and development opportunities, we are both identifying those practical interventions to help deliver net zero while inviting international investors to open discussions with us. The Green Print connects our overlapping priorities of reducing emissions, adapting to and mitigating climate change, modernising our city systems and addressing social challenges from fuel poverty to poor transport, all while stimulating our economy and recovery from the pandemic. Cities, as we know, are where the greatest gains for carbon neutrality lie, and as COP26 host, we want to be at the vanguard of those conversations about the solutions. In terms of the ecological, environmental and social gains, and to the well-being of so many citizens and their communities, natural interventions are bound up within our transition roadmap. That's why Glasgow and our neighbouring local authorities have launched our programme to plant 18 million trees, equivalent to 10 trees for every resident over the next decade. The Clyde Climate Forest will increase tree cover in urban areas of Glasgow to 20% and ensure that a fifth of the city region's rural landscape is forested or planted with native woodland. Glasgow, as many of you will know, has been one of Europe's preeminent post-industrial cities, and much of the surrounding area has been scarred by its past. But it's also incredibly diverse, with much rurality. Our goal is to increase tree cover in some of our more socially challenged and peripheral communities, on former industrial sites, but also in city streets, parks and squares, and in our neighbouring countryside. The Clyde Climate Forest will be key to tackling the twin crises of climate change and biodiversity loss, with benefits that will last for generations. And as many of you may also be aware, Glasgow and the west of Scotland is already one of the wettest regions in Europe, and we must prepare for more extreme weather in the future, both in terms of heavy rainfall and increasing heat waves. It can also help mitigate the worst effects of climate heating, including the flooding, landslips and erosion that threaten outlying communities, rail links and roads, as well as absorbing CO2 emissions. The Clyde Climate Forest, even as a standalone project, is hugely ambitious, but our responses to both the climate and ecological emergencies have to be ambitious and deliverable.